Hey y'all, Rob here with ATX.Legal, and today I'm talking about wrongful death claims. A very emotional situation for a lot of families when someone has lost their life due to another person's negligence. They're going to be going through a lot of emotions, so it's especially important for these kind of times that you get a good attorney who's going to handle that side of the business for you, so that you can handle everything else that goes along with losing a loved one. So I'm going to get right into the nuts and bolts, kind of skip past the emotional part and talk about the actual legal issues that come up with a wrongful death claim. And the first thing to think about is who can actually file the claim. So Texas law delineates several individuals that are able to file. Those are the spouse, children, that can be adopted children. And in addition to that, the executor of the estate can also file a wrongful death claim. Now, one of the things that distinguishes a wrongful death claim from other personal injury cases is that the damages are calculated for the benefit of the family, because obviously the person who has passed is not going to be receiving any compensation for this, and that's the usual way that you determine the damages in a personal injury suit. But because that's not possible here, we look at the family members, what they're going through, the medical expenses that are left over, the funeral expenses, but in addition to that, the loss of companionship and the loss of financial support that person would have provided for his family over the rest of his life if he had been able to continue living. But in general, a lot of the same damages like pain and suffering, mental anguish, all of these damages that would have happened in a personal injury suit can still be recovered in a wrongful death case as well. Now, for wrongful death cases, it's especially important to have a really good attorney, not only because you're not going to want to be dealing with that lawsuit at that particular time, but also because there are a lot of complex issues that can arise in a case like this. For one thing, if there are multiple parties who are all claiming, let's say there are multiple children, sometimes there are children who are estranged or an ex-spouse, or there are a lot of people who are trying to make claims, but it's important that you have representation so that your side is represented. But besides those issues with eligibility to file and the damages involved, a lot of these cases play out almost exactly like a typical personal injury case. You're still looking at negligence, you're still looking at the same issues for liability. So an attorney who's proficient at a personal injury case should be able to handle a wrongful death case as well, although the stakes are certainly higher in a wrongful death case in many cases. If you have any more questions, or if you're facing a wrongful death issue in your own family and your own life, contact us at the number provided, or you can always visit us at ATX.Legal.